Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going for a completed custom painted e-bike build. This has been going on for about a month on the channel right now. I had it custom powder coated in purple/blue. Then I did all the build myself. I put the bearings back in the frame and so on. But I destroyed my bolts on the rear. I still have to bleed my brake and I still have to run my gears. But today it's going to be finished. I promise you that. Before we take this thing outside and look at it in some natural sunlight, I wanted to say, on OWNA, right now on the store, we are giving away a free snapback cap with every single order. So whatever you order on the store, you go to the hat section and you add your free hat to your basket and it'll go to zero. Go and check that out. We've got a couple of new hats, we've got some existing hats. It's a free cap with every single order that you place right now on the store. Go and check that deal out. Link is in the description. Thanks for the support as well. Before we take this bike outside and we show the fresh colourway in the sunlight, I want to skip to before I went out for this tap kit. I've got some pretty cool mod to show you in the back of my car. Check it out. Basically, I've just bought a tap and die set, and the reason why is because I've threaded my rear bolt. It's pretty complex. I'll explain more when we get back to the garage, but we're out and about. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you guys who are into the Mark 7R. I'm trying to include the Mark 7R in every single episode. So basically, I thought it'd be a good moment to show you the new interior on the inside at the back. Basically, I messaged JC_Club Sport and asked him how much it would be to get one in the back of the car, and he did me one for free. Black leather, diamond stitched. So sick, check it. Check it out. All in there. Looking pretty sick. So we've got a full false floor in there now at the back. It looks mega. It actually tucks down the front as well, behind them bucket seats, and it looks pretty sick. I'm not sure this is the best lighting to show you guys, but I'll show you that more of a later date. But I just wanted to kind of show you the false floor in and fitted and see what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you reckon. We have got an e-bike to finally 100% finish and complete. The end of today's video, the bike's gonna be finished. Absolutely and utterly complete. Does it drive you mad? The back of your car looking like this less than a week after you've washed it at this time of year. The salt is so bad on the back of the car. We're gonna head back to the garage right now. See you over there. All right, check it out. As you can see, in the sunshine, it's super glittery. Check it out. And then in different shades of light, kind of goes like different colours, but as you can see, super glittery. As you can see, it's looking pretty stealthy. Actually looks kind of dark from this angle, but in the natural light, it's actually pretty vibrant purple colour. Looks pretty steez. We've got the ROCKSHOX wireless reverb on there. Looking pretty steez. I actually decided in the end to switch it to normal on the back. This was actually due to the fact that I've tilted my seat forward, but it didn't really allow it with the battery at the back, so at the front, sorry, long story short, it's back to normal. And we're nearly there. We just got to do gears, a few other bits, but look at that. Basically, the main problem with the e-bike, and this is what's been quite delayed in getting a bolt kit for it, basically the back bolt is destroyed. Check it, like that. And the reason why is basically when you get a frame sandblasted, the threads get like roughened up a tiny bit, so it's not too bad, but too much for aluminium bolts. So as you can see, it's took a full sheet of aluminium off that bolt, which is no good because you end up basically with no tension in your bolt to tighten up. Getting a bolt kit's been a bit of a mission, but I managed to get my hands on a bolt kit. And basically, I now need to find out what tap I need to use on my frame to get that frame nice and to get the thread nice and cushy again. So, as you can see, we've got the new bolt for that bolt. Pretty much that's the difference, what it should look like. But obviously it's been stripped of its life on the rough threads. So the aim today is to re-tap that section of the frame, and then this thread will take nice and tight. The big question is finding out Basically, that's like an M9, an M10, an M12. That's not impossible to find out what M that bolt is, but finding out the millimetre between the bolts, I literally couldn't find it. There was no option to find the actual thread millimetre. So you could find the M stop, but you couldn't find the thread millimetre. So I've got to try and just line it up against the tap now. I'm hoping that I've got the right one, but there's no guarantees. I obviously won't do it unless I'm 100%, because that really will be the end of the frame. Although I could helicoil it if it goes really wrong. I'm a bit of a professional with helicoils. Okay. Nice. So, look at that. We've got a tap and die kit. Now this is going to be the issue in today's video. I don't know whether so basically the thread is different on that to that. So now I have a question. What mil tap do I need? Obviously I'm going to have to take this one back because it's not the right size for me. Unused. But that's like M12, which I think that is as well. Maybe it's less. I think it's M12 though. Basically, my biggest one in this kit is an M12, and it literally slides straight through, and there's quite a lot of room in there. So I'm gonna have to go and try and find, I think, an M15, but I need an M15 with the right thread on it, which is quite annoying. It's really technical. It's a lot bigger of a project than I thought it was gonna be. I'm just glad I've actually got the bolts, but I'm not gonna dare put these bolts through any of them again. So I'm gonna go to a bike shop and I'm gonna try and find out right now what the thread is. I'm getting a bit nervous because I promised the bike was going to be finished in today's video, but I've got a sneaky suspicion it could be a bit of a failed video today. But we're going to go bike shop. Should be pretty interesting anyway. And we're going to find out what in the hell thread that is and see if someone can measure it, sell me a tap somewhere. We're going on a mission and we're going to come back. Even if we only get the right tap out of today's video, I think it's worth it. So bear with me. Let's go. I'm pulling up at Leisure Lakes. I'm going to go in and try and pick their brains on some bolt sizes and so on, see if I come out with more knowledge. There's not that much information on it online. A couple of people who are pretty good with bikes have told me that they reckon that there'd be a 1.75 mil thread diameter, but they're actually not, because that was a M12 1.75 and the threads were out. So I think I need M15 with loads more threads, so maybe 0.5 millimeter threads. I don't know. It's confusing. We'll see if I get any sense out of this bike shop. Stay tuned. Basically, they personally don't have anything that's big enough to measure it, which is another nightmare. So I'm gonna go now and I'm gonna try like an engineering shop or something and see if somebody can tell me what thread that is, so that I can measure the same thread. Something else has me slightly concerned as well is the bolt has Levo written on the end of it, but it's a Canevo. Now I know the bolt kits I think are the same, which I'm pretty sure they are the same, they would be the same, but it just makes me a tiny bit worried that if it got this bolt right and then re-tapped the Canevo, I don't know. I reckon it's going to be alright. I'm going to go and try somewhere else. Let's go for a drive. Let's see. This is starting to look and feel pretty deserted in terms of answers. I've just rang an engineering shop and they said they'll measure it for me and let me know what thread size it is. So, we're going to go. Stay tuned. I've had these measured by an engineering shop who were very, very helpful, and they've told me the smaller bolt is an M14 by 1 and this is an M15 by 1. So basically I need to try and find taps for them. M14x1, M15x1. We're going to go and attempt to get some taps. I may even just make the full of today's video about this and just get it done today. But I'm going to try and find some taps now. I think any bolt times 1 is a lot harder to find than... Basically, it'd be pretty easy to find M15 by 1.5 or 1.75 or by 2. The more spaced out they go, the more common they are. The thinner they are, the more likely they're on like bikes and stuff. So it's pretty tech, but I've got my answers. Times 1. 1 mil thread. So, let's do it. I'm going to go and find some taps. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just got home. I left here at 1 PM. It is now 5 PM when I'm making this video. And basically, I've been driving around for 5 hours trying to find M14 and M15 times 1.0. Pretty much nowhere on this globe stocks it, other than about 2 people online. Basically, I've ordered them and they get here tomorrow. So, we are going to be postponing the e-bike build yet again to another day, because getting the right set of taps for this is impossible. It's classed as metric fine. That's what that is called, metric fine. And basically, not a lot of people have metric fine. It's pretty easy to get M14 1.25 and above, but not 1.0. So, what a disaster. I'm not sure whether they do that on purpose to make it harder to fix, harder to get. You have to buy a new bike, so on. I don't know. But what I can say is, in every industry, cars, motorbikes, general bolts, multi-purpose tools, pretty much nobody uses these threads. So, I don't know, but that was a bit of a disaster. That's what I can say. I actually got told they were in stock in one place. I drove over an hour, and when I got there, they weren't in stock. So that wasted my day completely. So I've had a bit of a nightmare day with bike mods. I'm going to put it to bed right now, and we are going to come back to it this weekend when I've got the right tools, the right stuff. I'm going to do it properly this weekend. So bear with me, we've got the bolt kit. We're waiting on the right taps, and then we can get the frame all up and running smooth. Now, I have got something pretty cool to end this video with. Well, halfway through this video. This is a pretty sick little gadget. Let me bring it in. The next thing is, at the moment, I haven't been putting too much riding content out, and basically I've been struggling loads with my right shoulder. My right shoulder, when I was riding trials about a week and a half ago, when I was hopping from like a block to a block, I hopped really hard, and my right shoulder kind of felt like it wanted to dislocate. So I think I've got a bit of instability in my right shoulder. I have in the past had a lot of problems with my left shoulder, and I've had surgery on my left shoulder, and it's pretty decent now. Sometimes kind of weak, but fixed it. These machines, I'm going to call them the mountain bike injury machine. They are so good for fixing injuries, like the best. For regaining strength, stability, control. They are the best of the business. I'm not sure about this brand in particular. I've never used this brand. I've actually only used a really expensive version of this machine in Australia for like quite a while. I used it in physiotherapy sessions. Then when I come home, I actually bought one of these machines, but before... It's a long story. I had one of these cheaper machines. Right, let me say it really simply. I used a really expensive version of this machine. I then come home, because I was doing it in Australia years and years and years ago, probably 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, I'm not sure. Quite a while ago, I was using a really expensive version of this machine, and it has like above controls and stuff. And then I come home and I bought one of these for, I think at the time, £500. They're pretty rare to get hold of. And then I managed, basically, long story short, I didn't have the storage space. I got rid of that machine quite some time ago, and I've had injury streak free time. Pretty much 5 years I've not needed the machine for, and I've been tip top, felt great, all good, no injuries, and then my shoulder's gone in the last week. So I've bought another one, and I got it for 180 off eBay, which is super cheap for these machines, but I am a bit nervous about the condition of the machine. The box itself looks pretty destroyed. I hope it's not a representation of the condition of this machine. Well, we're gonna open this thing. It's kind of hard to get your head around, but I'm gonna try and explain it and show you what it is. Its technical term is a reformer Pilates board. So these things are pretty badass, and when I say that, I really do mean that. They're like something that would take 4 months to fix in like slow old school physiotherapy. This takes like so much, it's so much faster using one of these. Nice. I think the delivery company had opened it, so I hope nothing's been missing. Okay, so this is the rear of the machine. These are the hand straps. You know what? This looks way sicker than the one that I bought. The last one I had was not this cool. I don't think it was this cool anyway. We will see. We will see. So, nice. Right. Let me frisbee the box outside. This one here, I think, is on a hinge. Caution, pinch hazard. I'm just trying to figure out why it won't move. Oh. Result. This one's way sicker than the one that I bought last time. I feel like you guys could be really confused about the backstory. I'm going to try one more time and explain. I used a professional one in Australia. I came home and I bought a DIY one after it. I then got rid of the DIY one, and this is my 3rd machine that I'll have used. It's not as good as the original one that I used in a professional physiotherapist studio, but it's better than the one that I threw away. And it was a 1/3 of the price of the one that I bought last time. It's pretty sick. These things are proper cool. Hey, sick this. I thought it was going to have like a lot more of a build going on. Like, but seems pretty chilled. Now, let's get this beast in action. Okay. So, this is good for your legs, your knees, your joints, pretty much anything that you need. This helps. Our little shoulder pads, like that. You're all probably wondering what in the hell this thing is. Why will that not go in? Nice. Nice. Right, come and check this out. Because we're kind of going like full gym right now in the garage. I pretty much got to take this off. Things are getting intense. I actually got this the next day that I ordered it, and I ordered it on eBay second hand as well. So shout out if you're watching this video. I don't know where you are, if I bought this from you. Your machine's in good hands. So check this out. Basically, you have different grades of tension on these springs, like this. You got red, then you got that one. I think that one's the stiffest, and that one's the lightest. So, you clip it in like that, as you can see. It's got quite a lot of tension. Now, these things are sick. Say you got like a knee injury, an ankle injury, a shoulder injury. They're really good for stuff like this, watch. So at the moment, my injury's in my shoulder, and you can do pretty much all your rotary cuff exercises, and it gives you your own body's resistance. So you go like that, and then, as you can see, so you go like that, and it's like pulling and then resisting your own body from coming back too much. Like that. all the way back. Really, really stiff my shoulder, but it gives you crazy stability in your shoulder. Pretty much, if you need a surgery, that's the only thing that won't fix your shoulder or your back or something else on this machine. But there's so many exercises, so that's like one of them that you do. You do like 3 sets of 20, then you do a bicep curl on it, so you go like that, and then resist your own weight off your shoulder. And generally you actually want to do like 2 of them, so as an example, like so. Then you can even do like lateral raises, they're good for your shoulders, so like this, and then let it go dead slow. Already I can feel my right shoulder getting a crazy pump. The plan is to hopefully be back on my bikes in the next 2 weeks, maybe, using this machine. I do have a little bit of a fear that my trials bike is really harsh on my shoulders, and I do feel like I don't have the best shoulders. Having surgery on my left one, feeling a bit of instability in my right one. But I do have a worry that trials riding is pretty harsh. This is like a workout video. Believe it or not, because I've been in the BMX game for like 15 years, I've had many surgeries. Not many of you know that, but I was a pretty full-on professional BMXer before all this YouTube stuff. I actually do know quite a lot about injuries. I've been doing a lot of resistance band work. It's burning like crazy. If you let go, if you don't know what you're doing, it can really, really hurt you, this thing. But you can do quite a lot as well, so you can do like this. So this is for your feet bars. And you hold it. This one is a pretty good one as well. This is like resistance. And then you go off the spring and back. Pretty cool. This is pretty basic if you're having problems with your shoulders. Pretty much just copy this video. There's another good one that I got taught while I was in Australia as well. But I've got a bit of modding to do. Basically, I need to make the bands a tiny bit shorter. With a lot of these machines, you see quite a lot of people mod the way they put like the rope pretty tight around this. You kind of mod it to your own size. So I would have it quite a lot tighter than that, so that I'm further down this end and you get a bit more resistance. Obviously I've just done that workout then on one spring, on like 3 tensions. Like that's immediately like a lot more tension. They are super savage, like they're really good machines if you've got an injury going on. I don't really know where you even get them. I've just bought them on eBay every time, second hand. There's probably companies, I guess, Aero Pilates or something, where you can get like a brand new one. But I think they're pretty pricey. But if you're big into your bikes, and you're like me, and you love bikes, and you just go mad for it, being injured comes with it. That's what we've got to accept. One of these seriously will fix so many of your injuries. Like, honestly, it's way better than anything I've ever done for injuries. Just for the control, the strength, like even already right now, just off that tiny little bit there where I've done like 10, 20 reps, it feels totally better. Like a lot better, a lot stiffer, a lot more pumped. The future's bright. What a day. Mad day, totally mad day. I haven't got much to show for it, but I've drove around for hours trying to find a tap. Absolute headache. I actually figured this out before I left. This is the bolt that goes in the top of the shock, so a little bit thinner. I've actually got the right tap for this bolt. I've just not got the right tap for these ones. An absolute mission. So, I am yet again postponing the e-bike build. It's been a big one. It's been crazy. I wish at the beginning I knew full on what to do. I would have just sent it to the powder coaters. After it was sandblasted and powder coated, I would have just tapped them with the right taps, but I didn't know that as well. Tap them, put the brand new bolts in, do the bearings a bit better, but I've learned the hard way, and I now know in the future if I get powder coated mountain bike frames to do it properly and get all my bolts tapped as soon as I get it back. Bearings put in using hot and cold measures and stuff like that. It's been an absolute headache, but it is what it is. I'm not bothered. Pretty sure that's going to be the end of the midweek video. I'm feeling pretty over it. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you've got something out of it. I hope you get an injury machine if you need one. They're pretty cool. Maybe I could do a full shoulder workout for a video. Let me know if you're interested. And that's going to be the end of today's video. Make sure you tune back in. Let me know in the comments any help on tapping the threads, any help on the bolts, any help on the e-bike build, any help on the shoulder injury. Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, you get a free cap with every single owner order that you go and order right now. Link is in the description. I'm going to see you at the weekend where I'm going to be 155,000 million% finishing the e-bike build. Peace out.